Chapter 1. You are listening at FameTV.info. Chapter 1, Husband. How long are you going to stay with me? Note. This story takes place in modern times. When Lin Mumu opened her eyes, the first thing she saw was an unfamiliar man lying by her side on the bed. Mumu, did you wake up? You are. Lin Mumu dazedly raised her head. Hello, my name is Yunting, I'm your husband. The man's expression was solemn and his lips were stretched in a taut line, however, his eyes concealed great joy and anxiousness. Yunting's figure was tall, straight and well proportioned. His facial features were exceptionally handsome. This man was of the category of men who would undoubtedly attract everyone's attention wherever they went. Moreover, this face, Lin Mumu was very familiar with, but now, she could no longer see it again. All she could recall was its shadow when she closed her eyes. However, what was unfamiliar to her at this moment was the youthfulness of this face. It looked much younger than she recalled. Furthermore, his beautiful eyes had yet to be laden by grief and sorrow. Seemingly afraid Lin Mumu didn't believe him, Yunting seized the opportunity to take out a small red booklet from his coat's pocket and pointed at the photo of two people inside for Lin Mumu to see. This is our marriage certificate. We got married the day before yesterday, your master agreed. I got married the day before yesterday. Lin Mumu looked at the man's grave expression in the photo next to her own brightly smiling face. She didn't question him or raise any doubts. Contrary to expectations, she calmly looked at Yunting and said, Husband. How long are you going to stay with me? For a lifetime. Lin Mumu didn't utter a word. Yunting then removed a necklace with a small wooden amulet-like pendant from his neck and put it on her palm. This is dowry. She was much calmer than he expected, and also strangely very cooperative, being schemed against by her own master, inexplicably forced to marry a stranger and even obtaining the certificate. She was such a young little girl, yet, she didn't even cry or make a ruckus, and even accepted his symbolic pendant and held it protectively against her chest. Does this mean she accepted him? Yunting's tight expression finally softened and revealed a trace of happiness. Lin Mumu closed her eyes and strongly pressed her heart in extreme excitement. Thankfully, she could come back to the past. The current time is 10 years ago, exactly when Yunting's sadomasochism had yet to begin. They were both still young, and had yet to suffer from each other and be riddled with scars. At the moment, she was still existing with him, and they wouldn't be separated by life and death anymore. At the final moment of Lin Mumu's life, Yunting rushed into the raging inferno to die with her, and before they died, he said that he regretted never speaking out his feelings and expressing his love throughout his life. It was also at that moment that she realized that he had loved her, deeper and stronger than she could imagine, but she simply had never been aware. Their life was full of misunderstandings and missed opportunities. He said that as soon as he received the marriage certificate 10 years ago, he immediately set his mind on her. He had firmly decided to hold on to her, never to let go, and to stay by her side forever. Unfortunately, the only time they honestly opened up their hearts was at the end of their lives. Thinking about it, it was very ironic. Lin Mumu had said, Yunting, if there is a next life, we mustn't miss each other again. He said, Good, I will wait for you on the road to the Yellow Springs, the underworld of Chinese mythology, equivalent of hell. In the next life, I, Yunting, will still marry you, Lin Mumu, for a lifetime. For a lifetime. This was their agreement and promise to each other. Unfortunately, Lin Mumu didn't go to the Yellow Springs, but inexplicably returned back in time to 10 years ago. Returning to the 18-year-old Lin Mumu, and the 22-year-old Yunting, back to the moment they first met, to their pure and simple time before they had started tormenting each other. Originally, at this time, Lin Mumu was ordered by her master to leave the mountain to study at university. Afterwards, she was knocked out by Yunting and forcibly captured and taken away. As soon as she woke up, Yunting overbearingly informed her they were married and threw at her their marriage certificate. How can an 18-year-old girl, already full of dreams and rebellious feelings, recognize the marriage certificate and a forced marriage? But Yunting has always been very principled, and his bottom line was that Lin Mumu was his, Yun Ting's, wife, and that couldn't be changed for a lifetime. From then onwards, Yun Ting instantly left a strange impression of forced marriage in Lin Mumu's heart, which forever composed shackles in her mind, and no matter how handsome he appeared, it couldn't conceal his vile and oppressive character. Because of this discordant beginning, Lin Mumu has always had many inexplicable misunderstandings about Yun Ting. And unfortunately, Yun Ting was exactly the type of person who only liked to act and didn't like to talk. They were undoubtedly bound together, yet, they ended up missing each other. Sometimes, knowing a person really takes as long as 10 years. At this point, Lin Mumu returned to their first meeting 10 years ago, and she definitely wouldn't let those misunderstandings arise between them. She knows he loves her, and he loved her so much he could give up his life for her. This was enough. She knows that she loves him, and she loved him to the point of engraving his name into her soul. This was enough. Listen to the full novel at FameTV.info, direct link in the description.